Today we're going to make Canadian butter tarts. Before we begin, if you have long hair, you need to tie it back. Put on your apron. And if you have any cuts on your hands or you want to be extra safe, you can put on rubber gloves. We're going to begin this recipe by making the crust. It's a shortbread crust, and for it we'll only need 4 ingredients. The first of this is a cup of softened butter. To do this, you just leave it out for about an hour or an hour and a half. We'll also need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. We'll need 2 cups of unbleached flour and a 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our mixer and we're going to cream our butter and our confectioner's sugar. Once it's about this consistency, you can start by mixing your baking powder and your flour over here. You can just do this with a spoon. And then you can slowly incorporate it on stir or a low setting so that it doesn't fly up. It's also wise to move your bowl around so you don't get too much flour in one place. Once you've got a dough that you can form into a ball, you know your flour is fully incorporated, and you can start to make it into little tarts on your muffin pans. A quick tip: if you're having trouble with the dough being too sticky, often a side effect of a humid day, you can flour your hands. Just take a little common flour, rub it around on your hands, and the dough will stick less. See? A good way to go about doing this is to roll the dough into a ball and to start from the bottom and squish it out to the thickness you want and then move it up the sides. Once you've shaped your dough into your muffin pan, you can put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. Now that it's been 30 minutes, we can take our dough out of the refrigerator and proceed with the next step, the filling. For this, you will need 2 eggs, 2 cups of firmly packed brown sugar, dark or light, 1½ tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a 1/2 cup of butter melted and then cooled to room temperature, a stainless steel bowl, and obviously another bowl and a fork for beating your eggs. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Begin by adding your butter to the stainless steel bowl. Now you can beat your eggs. Once you've beaten your egg, the hardest part is pretty much over. You just add your ingredients to the butter. Do not, however, add your raisins. These you sprinkle into your tart shells. Not a lot, just a few. And if you aren't partial to raisins, you can use currants or walnuts. Once you've added raisins to the bottom of your tarts, so for your tartlets, about 3 raisins per tart, and for your larger tarts, about 6 or 7, you can mix up your brown sugar, butter, egg mixture. So it's nice and homogeneous. And then you can begin to add it to your tarts. And you don't want to fill up your tarts all the way because this will bubble in the oven. And you don't want it to bubble over. So you want to just cover the raisins, like that. Now that you've filled all your tarts, you can put your tarts in the oven for about 15 minutes and your tartlets in the oven for about 10 minutes. So now it's been 10 minutes, we can take out our tartlets. Sure to use pot holders. And they'll be extra runny, so be careful not to spill them. And now we will set our timer for our tarts for 5 more minutes. Now it's been 5 minutes, we can put our tartlets back in the oven. Again, be careful, these are very runny at this point. You don't want to spill them. This could burn you pretty badly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to increase our temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to set our timer for 10 more minutes, at which point we'll remove the tartlets. And then we'll have 5 more minutes for the tarts. Add them on 350 for 10 minutes. You can take out the tartlets. And you can set your timer for 5 more minutes. Once it's been 5 more minutes, you can take your tarts out of the oven. And you can let them cool. Okay, that's enough. Butter tarts and tartlets are a great party snack, and they can be served either room temperature or warm.